Do I try my luck? Do we see if I got it right? I'm going to say 65 millimeter. 6.5! Yes! Yes! He knows his heels. Hello, 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 and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to like more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, a brand that you all know I love, and I particularly like for this kind of period of time, is Kurt Geiger. Because I love Kurt Geiger pieces in general. I own a lot of their shoes and bags and small leather goods. But what I think they do really well is occasion pieces. Because whilst they do some aspects, they have some aspects within the range that are more day in, day out pieces. They do a lot that's high impact, that's very kind of visual, that's got a lot of pattern or print or texture or colour, a lot of colour, metallics, things like that. They do a lot of occasion pieces that are just really fun and playful. So I like their pieces for this time of year, because what you can often do is buy something that you know you won't use day in, day out, but you're buying it at a price point that it feels reasonable if you only use it 3 or 4 times throughout the year, because they're still good quality that you will keep for years to come, but you're not using it a significant amount, but you're still managing to drive down that cost per wear, which of course you know is important to me as an individual. So I thought I would just quickly share with you what's new in. I know a fair few of you are also interested in this brand, so let's quickly talk about it, see what we're thinking, see what we're liking, and take it from there. So let's make this happen.
Kurt Geiger. You are not connected to the internet. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere.
New. View all. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're straight in, and there's a couple of bags here. So here you have a velvet Kensington in a rainbow pattern, £219 with antique gold hardware. This is very nice. I've seen this in person. I saw this last weekend. The texture is lovely. It's almost like a cord type texture. It's nice. What I don't quite understand is where the mustard stripe that they came in. I think they could have done maybe a slightly nicer yellow or a green. I think that would have been more complimentary. But anyway, they did what they did. Then you've got these extra minis, which are a bit more like wallet on chains. This one's got a lot of kind of texture to it. Nope, no thank you. This one's got a lot of texture to it. You've got a mock croc version with an antique hardware, antique gold hardware there. Then you've got the mini Kensingtons. These are very sweet. I'll just quickly show you one of those. Great as like a little crossbody, I would say. What's great with these as well is they have the 4 grommets, so you can do them as doubled up on your shoulder as a little shoulder bag. You can long shoulder them, or you can crossbody them. Or sometimes what I've done with mine, I don't have a mini. Do I have a mini? Yes, I do actually, but I've not used it for this purpose. What I've done with my Kensingtons is I have at times just tucked the chains in and just use them as a clutch bag. Then you have this new in Duet Kensington, which again looks a bit more like a wok. It's a little bit more casual. That looks to be in some sort of suede type material, and it's got a leather strap opposed to a chain strap. Most Kurt Geiger pieces have chain straps. Extra mini Kensington, again wok style, rainbow. That's very pretty. How gorgeous is that? That velvet extra mini, that's beautiful. That sort of starry sky print with the antique gold, it's lovely. That's a really lovely piece, £189. Do you see what I mean in terms of the price points, how they feel somewhat more reasonable? You know, if you were only going to use that 3 times this year, your cost per wear is still less than, what would that be, £65 per wear. And I know that's a lot, but especially if you're someone who would buy a bag, multiple bags instead, or if you would have bought, I don't know, a Gucci Marmont mini for 1,000 or a Chanel mini for 3,000, you know, if you like the style and it's just occasion wear, why not? Then you've got that velvet in the mini. So like I said, it looks more like a cord, but it is velvet, but it is more like a cord in terms of its look. Extra large soft Kensington. I love the extra large Kensingtons, or as I'll have referred to them in a lot of my videos, the double XL flap. So they might have actually changed what they're referring to them as. But I like those very, very much. I've got them in leather, I've got them in nylon, I've got one in denim, I've got nylon, denim, leather, faux fur, that's my other one. A little beanie, a little cute little beanie, bedazzled. Imagine showing that off at Winter Wonderland. It's cute. £59. And that's very cute as well, nice and bright with a little eagle head on the front. Evil eye mittens, more mittens. Boots. If you're looking for a block heel, that will be a comfortable kind of calf high boot. Hackney knee high, a little bit edgier. The Hackney range is a little bit edgier. So the Kensington is one of the longest standing. You've then got the Shoreditch as well, which is again a little bit edgier than the Kensington. And then the Hackney range is fairly new, and the bags and shoes are edgier. But they're nice, I like them. They've got more with like buckles and stuff like that. Then you've got this ankle boot here, simple leather, black ankle boot. The Story knee boot. What material is that? Is that embellished? What have we got here? Colour gold. I can't quite figure out the material of that. It looks... Oh, that's crystallised. Strassed, crystallised, whatever we call it. Comes in gold, comes in black. £189. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. And that's an 85mm heel, so a fairly sensible heel height as well. Nothing too ridiculous. Then you've got more of these really beautiful, kind of embellished pieces. Not quite the colour that I'd have gone for, especially as the hardware looks almost green. It's like mustard. Not quite where I'd have gone with that, but look, I appreciate what they were doing. The pink is beautiful, would have done a silver hardware if it were me. Also, don't think the heart was necessary, but can see where they were going with it. Then you've got this beautiful fabric Kensington. How gorgeous is that? It almost has like a netting, like a mesh over the top of it. It's really, really pretty. And it's a nice way of breaking up the rainbow. It adds a bit of an edge to it as well. Would have done a different hardware again, but we all know that from me. This is stunning. This pink, divine. Absolutely divine. So this is almost like the medium size of the Kensington. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's in this lovely metallic leather. It's quite structured and quite sturdy. It's very, very pretty. Again, you can do the long shoulder. You can do the doubled up on your shoulder. You can do it crossbody. It has leather tabs, so if you are wearing it, it's a little bit more comfortable, so you've not got the chain directly on your shoulder. It's beautiful. Then they have this version of it, which brings in a little bit more of the yellow and orange into the pinks, whereas this is much more just about the pinks. And you have it in a blue. The blue and the pink are stunning, aren't they? They're both gorgeous. Which do I prefer? I think I prefer the blue. It's close. They're both really, really beautiful, but I think I prefer the blue. I just think that the colour scale works, and I love turquoise. The fact that that has turquoise in it, I love turquoise. Beautiful. Oh, and this is stunning as well. That's a beautiful combination, isn't it? And they've selected the right green there as well. That kind of almost like apple into lime green, I think really complements the yellows and the blues. They've done a good job there. And you've got this medium Kensington, which looks to be in this sort of mesh and then leather stripes. Sneakers. They do really, really comfortable trainers or sneakers. Really comfortable. Lots of different versions. So you've got the Lennon here, which is a very kind of simple but it's quite sophisticated sneaker. It reminds me a little bit of the Donny that was available many years ago. I'm actually sat here looking and I've got 4 pairs of Donnies in front of me. And they were great. They were great sneakers. Mine are in the slightly more out there variations, but you could just get them in very, very simple variations. It's a fun little fedora. A eagle fedora, so that's with the rainbow leather around it, and then you've got the eagle head in there as well. So that's quite similar to the belt. I've got the belt in that same rainbow with the eagle on it, and they've just put that. Got these necklaces and earrings, so I think those have are those evil eyes? Yeah, I think those are, aren't they? Cosmic eyes. What's the difference? Does anyone know? Maybe I'll Google that. I should Google that. Tape boot, a bit more of a chunky, ankle heel, block-heeled boot. That will be fairly comfy. The only thing to watch with a boot like that is that they can quite often be heavy, and whilst having the chunkier heel, etc., can make it comfortable for different reasons, it can also be very uncomfortable if it's too heavy. So you don't want to pass off one issue for another. So just make sure that if you are looking at something like that, that you consider the weight of the shoe, because after a couple of hours, wearing a really heavy shoe can get very tedious. Then you've got those story boots in the black crystals. Those are very pretty, and I think that's a really good price point, £189. It's a really good price point for a embellished sort of calf-high boot. The Tate knee boot, so the taller version that we've just seen. Trekker, low boot, a little bit casual, winter. Kensington drench in a khaki. So the drench is when the hardware is in a similar color to the leather. Again, I think it's designed to be a little bit more sort of cool and hip and edgy. Got the same thing in a mini. And you got the South Banks, which are their totes. Kensington shopper in the rainbow. So a bit of a tote bag. $339. I would personally go for a Longchamp Rousseau if it were me, but if you're particularly drawn to the versions that the Kurt Geiger ones come out in, completely understand that. You've got this beautiful embellished medium Kensington. That's a showstopper, isn't it? Like, for the price point, these are really eye-catching show-stopping pieces, and that's what I think they do really well. These are also fairly practical. Flat bags in particular, I think, are quite a practical choice. They're not great if you want to carry around, equipment. So I don't use a flat bag for work unless I'm carrying a laptop, etc. separately, or an iPad separately. They're not the best for that. However, as day bags, evening bags, dependent on the size, I think you can't go wrong with a flat bag. I enjoy mine. You've got this in the soft belt bag. I actually really like that. I think that's really nice. Could that go over? There we go. I was about to say, could it go across the chest? Because I think a belt bag that can go across the chest is a great thing. It's like a denim. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Don't love the large bit on the zipper. I think they could have done without that. But as I did with my nylon, I cut off the scarf. If I were to buy that, I would probably just cut off that pull. This is really cute. This large, soft Kensington with like the pom-pom handle. That's really cute. It's really cute. Well made, well thought through. A lot of work's gone into that. That piece is £249. A lot of work has gone into making that happen, has gone into making that handle, has gone into making those different stripes with the different, would that be gingham? Or that sort of look, houndstooth, the multicolored houndstooth. There's a lot of thought that goes into these pieces, and I'm not by any means saying that I don't know if they're handmade or anything like that. I don't think they are. I think they will be mass produced. However, you have to really think about how you're going to do that with a piece like this, don't you? But they are really, really lovely. And a lot of thought goes into the design. And I'm sure a lot of thought has to go into the production regardless of how they're made. An eagle head clutch. Oh, this is interesting. Oh. Right. Okay. Ooh. That's cool. I mean, a little intense, but it's cool. They styled it well. It's cool. I'd probably go for a Lulu Guinness lips clutch if it were me, but if you have a particular affinity to eagles, then maybe. But it's, you know, different. Then you've got a double XL South Bank. The Laney in crystals. So you could match the stripe of the bag, of the Kensington bag. Then the Lennon, that's nice. That's very classic, isn't it? That kind of cream with the caramel sole. Regent stud earrings. Very nice. And you've got them in orange. Eagle link ring. The Dukes, I think the Dukes are a really pretty shoe style. They're a great alternative to something like a Jimmy Choo, for example, you know, for a fraction of the price. Always do a nice embellishment. Got the Regent Mary Janes. These Regent pieces look a little homemade for my liking. I personally wouldn't be going anywhere near them. They do, they just look homemade. They just look homemade. Sorry, I know that's really rude, but it is what it is. Crystal tumbler, if you're feeling super duper bougie. A crystal hip flask, again, if you're feeling super, super bougie. I actually really like that. I love the colours in that camo. I think that's really lovely. Leather card holder, lime green, lemon yellow. Can't go wrong. Nice and bright, you know. I think sometimes you can find in winter, people tend to steer away from those very bright colours. They're associated with summer. But I actually think sometimes when the weather's a bit dreary, that's when you need those more. You need to have those pieces that you just feel bring a bit of sunshine and bring a bit of brightness. It doesn't mean that you have to lessen the practicality. I've got a lime green puffer coat. It's still got the practicality of a puffer coat, but it's lime green and it's fun and it's bright and it's bold, and you know, why not? Then you've got these Victoria Court heels. These will be comfortable because they don't have a particularly aggressive toe box. And also the heel is not a thin stiletto. It looks thin from the side, but it's not, because it's wider at the back. So it's not quite a block, but it is the width of a block, if that makes sense. Then you've got, oh, what have I done? What have I done? Then you've got these Belgravias here, which are very pretty, embellished. Again, a fairly sensible heel height, but I think that might be 10 centimeters, if I'm not mistaken. 8.5, I would guess, but I tend to be wrong. 8.5. It happens to me quite a lot where I think something that's 8.5 is actually a 10, but I don't really know too much because I only really wear 120. Then you've got the slingback in what I think would be a 65 or a 55. Do I try my luck? Do we see if I got it right? I'm going to say 65 millimeter. 6.5! Yes! Yes! He knows his heels. It's mad though, that looks more than half of a 120, but it's, I mean, it's not. Then you've got the block heels as well, if a block heel is more suitable for you, if you're someone who doesn't like to wear heels, or isn't comfortable in them, then absolutely there's block heels available, more of that made at home. Regent collection, a multi-card holder, a locket, Shoreditch platforms. I think this is all stuff that then has been seen before. Yeah, none of this is new. So, but you know, some nice stuff nonetheless. Let's just do a really quick scoot down just so that you can get a sense of what's new. Something that I would also like, oh, there you go, there's a rainbow mini dress. Something that I would also quite like myself, Christmas ornaments, is that they do this. Oh, here it is. So I've got this wallet already in a different type of rainbow. I really like it. I like the pink. They don't do it in the blue. So I think I might pick this up just as another alternative wallet for me, because I do really like it. I think it's lovely. And I really like the wallet style. I think it's great. So I think I'm going to go for that as well myself. Anyway, so that was just a bit of a whistle-stop tour. Like I said, what I like about Kurt Geiger is that they do bring out They do bring out lots of collections, lots of fun pieces. They tend to drop at different points in time. You don't have to wait for a specific moment or a specific season to commence. Quite often they'll introduce things throughout the course of the year. They do lots of great offers. They tend to do sales. They have a great kind of points scheme. A lot of that also goes towards charitable endeavors, which is really important. If you're interested in Kurt Geiger pieces but would like to see maybe some more discounted variations, you can check out Shoeaholics. So Shoeaholics I've bought from as well. Sometimes that's where old styles will go, or they almost use it as a little bit of an outlet, but they do also have sales on their website. I really like the brand. I think it's a great way of buying unique and fun pieces without completely breaking the bank. And there are pieces that I've got that I use more regularly than others, but every piece that I have does spark a little bit of joy, and I do like using, and they're very usable, which I think is really important. So definitely go and check it out. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.